I'm going to teach you the principles that I use to help me to get to where I'm at today after doing 17 years in prison and getting out 3 years, 5 months ago. And then we'll open it up for questions or comments, because ultimately I'm just here in some way to possibly teach you something or plant a seed. And that's where I came up with these principles. And they're basic principles, but this is like the building block. This is the foundation for me, and I still utilize this to this day. I would just think about my mother being homeless, and I would envision myself getting out and helping her. Like, that gave me purpose. But purpose can change. Purpose could be something completely different tomorrow for you. But you have to have something that you get up and strive for every day. And everybody that knows that's been to prison knows you got to get in that routine, right? You start programming. And that's another valuable lesson that we learn in prison that you can incorporate in the world that most people don't have the discipline to do. So once you figure out what you want to accomplish in life, what your goal is, right, what that one thing you want to do in life, you have to set up a routine that gets you toward that accomplishing of that goal and purpose. That got me out of prison. So it's like, if that worked to get me out of prison, why can't this work to do anything else that I want to accomplish in this world? Because it can. When I was in prison, I found inspiration through the books I was reading. I found inspiration when I knew somebody on the yard went home and they were doing really good. I found inspiration when I would read about people who'd overcome worse challenges than me, but were successful in life. There's music, there's videos, there's movies, there's people, there's books, there's all these things around us every single day that can inspire us, that can push us when we don't feel like pushing. Because it's gonna get tough, man. Like, you could be doing good for a year, something happens, you're just in a bad situation, you're getting pulled back into something. You gotta find some reason to be inspired to stay on the right course, man. So figure out what that is for you, identify that, and utilize that to help you to get through those tough times. If you wanna do anything great in life, if you wanna do anything outside of what we currently do, what we've normalized, you have to have the confidence to do it. It takes confidence to go and step foot into a group, right, and say, Carlos, I'm an addict. It takes confidence to do that. It takes confidence to us to enroll in college. It takes confidence for us to finish high school. It takes confidence to us to say no to something that we know is destructive. So it's like developing confidence is something that you do the rest of your life, but you can do it every day. And a good start to developing confidence is to acknowledge your small wins. You're driving through traffic and the person says something to you and you don't respond violently like you used to. And you turn down the drug or you turn down that thing. Those are the things people don't see. You have to acknowledge that. Like, there's nobody following you around saying, good job, you turned that drug down, or good job, you didn't respond in anger to that dude that said something stupid. In the beginning stages, you are your own cheerleader. So you have to acknowledge it, and when you do that, you build confidence. Education it's the equalizer of life. It doesn't matter where you come from, what you look like, what you believe in, you've been to prison, you're ex-convict, you're ex-gang member, you got tattoos, it doesn't matter, a drug addict. If you're educated, you got a shot at your hopes and dreams. And you don't necessarily have to go to school to get this, but every day, are you learning? Are you growing? Are you looking at the world as your university and everybody in it as a teacher? Are you taking your past experiences and looking at it as a teacher? Asking the right questions, getting the right help, that's part of educating yourself. And so these are the 5 things that I use in my life to get out of prison, but then also to become successful today. And I say successful because I'm doing everything that I dreamed of doing. I'm living the life that I always wanted to live. Like, I'm working with the youth, helping them, have a youth program. I've written 2 books. I go back into the prisons, the same prisons I walked the line on, to work with the guys in there and teach them and give them copies of my book. Like, I was that guy in prison that would say, I'm gonna come back and do this, and I do it. Like, there's no way I would have been able to do that without this framework in my life, though. And so it's my moral obligation to come back to teach you this, whether you want to receive it or not. At the end of the day, I always look at it like, if I had somebody come and teach me some of this stuff, maybe I would have done things differently. I know not everybody's ready to receive it. Not everybody may see it the same way, but that's okay. That it shouldn't stop us from trying, right? We're trying to always do the right thing.